All right, everybody, welcome back to another fantastic episode. We're still working on this LQ4. Right now we're going to do these cylinder heads. If you watched the last video, I talked about these are going to be going on the G, and the heads off of the G are going to be going on the S10. The main reason why is the ones on the G are $7.99 ported, CNC ported from Texas Speed, and these are junkyard $7.99. So last video I just did on pulling out the studs that had broken off in there, welding onto them and getting those extracted. So there was two in this head and one in this one, so it was a cool little video. I was gonna make it all one, and I just figured that would be some better how-to stuff on removing those. I know there's quite a few videos out there on YouTube, but I kind of wanted to show someone, you know, that is not a fantastic welder, that doesn't have a bunch of automotive experience, but they could do it with a little bit of work. So anyways, I'm gonna go grab a set of gloves real quick. We're just gonna start tearing these down. We're gonna get all the rockers out and set off to the side because we're gonna be doing a trunnion upgrade to them. This is the Brian Tooley Premium GMLS Rocker Arm Trunnion Upgrade Kit, the TK002. So I've seen a bunch of people use these. The last ones that I did on the G were a different style, and I'm kind of up in the air which ones I like better. Those other ones were super simple to do. These seem super simple as well. So let me grab some gloves real quick and we'll start tearing this down. So I already got my impact here with the 10 mil. I hope I'm right. No, I am not right. Let me grab the right tools and we'll do this right. And take two. Got an 8mm here, and we'll just brap these suckers off real quick. Okay. Easy peasy. Let's move this head out of the way for now. It's going to be a minute before we get back to it. And then I do have the new springs. I think I've got pack 1218s and some Brian Tooley titanium retainers. So we'll be replacing all the springs in both of these. I gotta check the sills. I do have new sills as well, so if we need to replace those, we will replace those. But main focus, I want to get all these broke down, get the trunnions upgraded on them. That's just a tedious, time-consuming operation, which I'm not really going to bore you guys with because I've already done a video on it, and there's probably 1,000 freaking videos out there doing it. So, but we will be cleaning all these up, breaking out the crappy needle bearings, and getting this trunnion upgrade done on that. Once I'm done with that, we'll get to doing the valve springs, and I'm probably actually going to clean these up quite a bit before I even do the springs, but we'll be back with you guys once I'm done with all these. So I've been out in the garage all day and didn't even think once about turning on a camera. Sometimes you just get in the groove of things and just don't even think about it. Had some errands to run, had to go get some stuff to clean up these cylinder heads. But this one here, I pressure washed. It's still got some grime and crap on it. And then this one here, I've been going to town on. So get a nice sheen on that. Right now, I hit it with, I use this aluminum angle iron, and I fold my sandpaper over it, give me a nice straight edge. This right now is 80 grit, and then I've got some 180 and then 320. So I'm gonna hit that down to 320, but I mean, it's already looking amazing. Cleaned up all the gunk out of the combustion chamber there. These ones, these sand casted ones, they'll hold crap. The 243s, the way they're casted, it's not rough inside here, so they actually don't hold all the garbage like this one does here. So they clean up so much easier just the way that they're molded. So, but I mean, you can see I need to wipe it down because I've been in here working on it, but and the surface already is looking night and day difference. So I think, I was talking about pulling the heads off of the Infinity, and that just sounds like such a pain in the butt. These 799 heads will flow great to start with. They'll get the truck up and running, and they'll allow us to start getting some baselines. And then if we need to swap them around or get some different heads down the road, we can do that. But I've got good components for this. The only thing I really don't like, the Pack 18 or 1218s, I think they are a good spring to start with. So I think if we're doing any higher lift, I definitely want to go with different ones. Anyways, ramble like I usually do. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a glimpse of this. Got the trunnions all done on all the rockers. So once I get this surface cleaned up to the level I want, I got some lapping compound, and while I'm changing out the springs, I'm going to lap all these. Just make sure they got a good surface to seal to, and then we'll get them assembled and get them ready to put on the head. So I'll be back with you guys. So I'm just gonna kind of show you what I got going on here. So I take my nice aluminum angle iron. Still got a little bit of crap in here that I want to get rid of, but for the most part, I mean, this thing's coming out freaking pretty amazing. So found best to make this work, what I do is just run this down to the edge. And it doesn't have to be the whole length of this. That way it actually gives you something to grab onto. And then I just kind of crease it over. I guess I don't really need to do instructional video on how to put sticky back sandpaper on a piece of aluminum. Anyways, I just dump a little bit of oil here in each pocket. Just like so. And then just kind of run it up on it. Let's get a nice layer. I'll have to get a little bit on this sandpaper as well. It doesn't like to work unless they both have some on there. And I'm sure if I had some, actually I'm sure water would work just great with this as well. But this is what I had laying around. And this sandpaper here is 80 grit. So, but I've got 80 and then 180 and then 320. So I'll get this all the way down to that 320 finish, and it'll make it look like glass. Look like it went to a nice fancy machine shop and got machined, but it didn't. So yeah, I just do nice strokes with it. Go from edge to edge. And it's tedious, you know, this takes some time, but it's either this or we've got machine shops here locally. Last time I took an engine to him, it took him 4 months just to deck it and to put new cam bearings in it. So I swore I wouldn't use that one again. If I find another shop, I might try using them. But if not, I'll just have to take it to either Vegas or Salt Lake or something. But I mean, you can already see it's definitely removing some metal there. Some aluminum materials. Let's say materials. I'm going to, and there's little stuff right here, but I think as I start getting these higher grade or great sandpaper going, grit, that's the word I'm looking for. As soon as I get those going across here, I think it'll start, because it's going to take away a little bit more material too. So we're going to call it good with that one, and I might just do a time lapse showing the rest, and then I'll be back with you when I have this one all done. And then I've got a whole nother one to do. So we'll get a time lapse going. I'll show you going through the 180 and then to the 320. All right, I just want to do a little side-by-side comparison here. This one actually was quite a bit dirtier than this one. So, and as you can see, there's still a little bit of stuff that was a little deeper, but I mean, that is a nice smooth finish across those. And using that angle iron, you're distributing the force across the whole thing. So in theory, not saying everybody should do this because I don't want it to come back on me, but in theory that should be nice and level. So I'm happy with it. That's what I'm going with. Anyways, I'm gonna get this one set aside, and I'm not gonna bore you with any of the stuff for this one, but rinse and repeat. Do exactly the same thing to this. Get it all cleaned up and then move on. So I'll be back with you when I have this one all done. All right, guys, I'm gonna just kind of give you a lowdown. Said I was gonna spare you guys with the majority of this garbage. It's not garbage, but time-consuming, tedious stuff. So I've actually got the other head done, and I just have this one hole left to do here. So I got my fancy eBay tool. I'm pretty certain I bought this on eBay well over a year ago. So this just allows you to do two heads, two springs at once. Holy crap. It's too early for this crap. Anyways, I just run this all in. And it looks like that one's gonna be a pain in the butt here. There we go. Little persuasion sometimes. Then I just grab my magnet doohickey, Harbor Freight Special. And I just leave these on here so I don't have to go tracking them down. But now those are off, we can back this off. Back that off, back that off. And then, so I'm doing a little bit more on these. I am lapping the valves, so that's kind of what I wanted to show you. Obviously these valves have been in there for some time. They've got a little bit of a ring. That's actually the best one that I've seen as I've been going through this. So there's the exhaust side, and the exhaust side always has more gunk on it. But anyways, so what I did, I went to my auto parts store, just got some of this Permatex valve compact grinding compound, and I just get a nice little bead going around here. And I know there's gonna be people in the video saying that I'm not doing this right. The best part about it is it's my screw up. So you can see that bead on there. And I just use a drill. I've got it on the low setting. I just tighten it up on the valve here. And can you already hear that? I mean, that's the grittiness of this compound. So I just nice and easy. And you can just hear that grinding the whole time. And as you're doing this, you can kind of start hearing a change in it. And that's when I've been stopping and pulling it out and just making sure that it's where I want it. Well, it sounds pretty good there. I just pop her out. Get all the compound off of there. And you can see a nice line all the way around it. And just make sure to get all the compound out of there. But now you can see the mark in there and the mark there. They're made it up good. I've done that to every single one of these and put them back in the hole that I did it on. That's why I'm just doing one hole at a time, so I'm not getting too far ahead of myself and losing track of all these valves and where they came from, and I didn't have to make a jig or anything to put them all in and keep them all in order. I'm just not that organized of a guy, so I did not want to do that crap. And this has been working great for me. Definitely just a nice little refresh on the heads, something simple. Doing the springs anyways, you might as well do it. Once again, just make sure to get all that lapping compound out of there. And if I had the money right now too, I probably would have sent these guys out to Texas Speed and had them port them. I think they only charge like $700-800, and it goes up a little bit from there to get larger valves put in them and for them to do springs. With the valve seals, so I got these ones. They came in a Texas Speed kit that I never used, so I'm using them on this one. But what I found on these is if you just grab on them with your pliers and just twist, they pop right out. So I was struggling trying to use needle nose to get them out and all this crap, and it was a pain in the butt. Once I discovered this, it made that whole process so much easier. So some of the valve seals did look bad, some of them look great. But I had them and I might as well replace them. So all I'm doing on these, there is a specialized tool for this. I don't have it. So this is just a 17mm socket. Just get it on there, kind of straight. You hear it right there, it seats. So just like that. I know somebody in the videos might say that's not the right way to do that either. We know. We know these heads came from a junkyard, guys. They're not expensive. And I don't want to destroy them. They're good heads. But This is part of the learning process. If you sit there and listen to what, I mean, obviously there's points and times where you should listen to people's feedback and take their advice. Some people will not steer you wrong. Some people will. But there are a million ways to skin a cat, right? So why don't you try things your own way? And if you mess up, at least you know not to do that shit again. That's kind of the way I look at it. Anyways, this ends up being the difficult part of the process. For some reason, I can never get the keepers to... Some of them will go in super simple, and then some of them I just have a hard time getting lined up, because you gotta have these lined up pretty well. Hold on. Missed one step of the process. Get those. I just put a rag underneath here. It kind of holds them in place when you go to tighten this down. So, I don't know if you can see that, but they're not lined up in there perfectly. So I've got my little screwdrivers here. That one's not too bad. This one's way off. So all I'm trying to do is just nudge the retainer to where you need it. And then that way, you got your little keepers here. Take those off. And I'll put one there. One there. This guy still needs to... So at this point, now I just take a ratcheting wrench and try to hold it in place the best as possible. Oh, those two already. Here I am saying that this has been the difficult part, and first try, all 4 of these keepers dropped right down in. That's it. They'll sit in their spot. Take those off. Take that off. And then for final measures, I always take my dead blow. Hope that didn't shake the camera too bad there, but that's it. That's it for these heads, actually. We've got them all cleaned up. Got the new springs, retainers. It's got the titanium retainers on it. Pack springs. And then those Texas Speed valve sills. So... But anyways, I'm going to end this video. I feel like this one's going to end up being pretty long, but I'm going to end it here with this on the junkyard refresh of the LS heads. So if you guys like the video, please comment, like, subscribe, and join us on the next video, where I believe we will be, I should have all my parts showing up today. So we will be working on getting more of that engine put back together, and then we'll kind of see where we end, what we have left that I forgot to order, and we'll go from there. But we'll see you guys in the next video.